This is what your screen should look like once you start your percussion family scavenger assignment. You're going to locate 10 percussion instruments in BandLab. 5 should be chromatic, 5 should be non-chromatic. You're going to click this assignment. Once you start the assignment, you start teacher assignment. Once you get in, you're going to see some MIDI information. You click this M to mute. Once you press it, it'll go gray. That lets you know that the top track is muted. But for now, we need to mute the bottom track and listen to the sound of the top instrument. So you can play it and listen to it. You press the triangle to play. You can also use the space bar to play and stop. Now we need to rename this instrument. So we're clicking these 3 dots. This instrument is the marimba. So we're changing the name of all of our tracks to the instrument name that they are. Now let's mute the marimba and listen to the second instrument. The second instrument is a non-chromatic percussion, and we know that because when we open it, instead of seeing the piano, we see images of different non-chromatic instruments with letters attached to it. So that's one way you'll know that it's a non-chromatic percussion. And this non-chromatic percussion instrument is a tom drum. So we've renamed our non-chromatic instrument. Now we need to create another track. So we're going to go to the top to the plus button, add track, click virtual instrument. We come down to our instrument bank. When looking for chromatic percussion, go down to the percussion section. And if you press the play button to the left, you'll be able to hear the sound of the instrument. We're going to go with FM Gamelan for this one. And we know this is a chromatic instrument because it has the keyboard down here. So we need to rename this FM Gamelan. Now what we're going to do, we're going to copy the information for the marimba, and we're going to copy it to measure 3. You can either left click to copy, or you can press Control C and Control V. Once you have it copied, you need to move it down to the correct instrument. Now let's listen to what we have so far. Now that we've heard it and that everything lines up, let's create our non-percussion instrument. So the instrument that I chose is an 808. Once I click on the 808, I'll notice that this instrument has a keyboard. And if this instrument has a keyboard, then that means that it's a chromatic percussion and not a non-chromatic percussion. So what I would need to do is pick a non-chromatic percussion. So this is an example of how you'll know whether an instrument is chromatic or non-chromatic by the keyboard. So we're going to choose a drum kit. Any drum kit will work, and we know that this is non-chromatic because instead of seeing the keyboard, we're able to see the images and the letters. Okay, so I've decided that to use the cowbell. Now what you're going to do, you're going to record yourself playing the cowbell. When recording, you need to turn on the metronome, which is this blue thing right here, and then you press the red dot. Then you listen to it to make sure everything checks out. You are going to repeat those steps until you have 5 non-chromatic percussion instruments and 5 chromatic percussion instruments. When you do your non-chromatic percussion instruments, you can create a rhythm of your own. That can be a rhythm from your rhythm sheet. That can be a rhythm that you create. It's up to you. The only thing that I'm asking you to copy and paste is the information for the chromatic percussion.